Alright, so I'm probably jumping the gun here, but I have been trying to find a stereo for the Sprinter. What I found is I found a broken one for $100 on eBay, so I ordered it. This is the Sony XAV AX8000. It has a torn ribbon cable there, as you can see. Has a crack in the screen here on the corner. Looks like we've got several spots where this is damaged. This cable costs $2, so I'm just gonna order a new cable. Alright, and we're back with the stereo and the wrong cable, but I think it's the right size, it's just the wrong length. So I'm gonna get it plugged in and see if our screen is gonna work. Let's see what happens. Got that plugged in down there. And then I have an actual wiring harness for this. So we got those twisted together. We're just gonna put that on there. See if we get anything here. Okay, we got the lights turning on there, but still no screen lighting up. We still need to probably try it with some more juice because this thing's only putting out 2 amps. So we're out at the van and we're just gonna hook it straight up to this battery, see what happens here. Kind of as the last resort here, see what happens. So we've got the lights turning on. It's basically the same thing as what it looks like. I think this tells me that our screen is bad, officially. So it's time to pull this thing apart farther, I think. There we go. What do we have here? Alright, that piece comes off. Alright, just a little prying and we are up right here. I think maybe we'll just go ahead and see if we can get these little cables in here to release so we don't break them off. This guy's out. Pop that guy. Pop that guy out. There we go. And then it's just this guy here. Alright, so those little cables are out there, hopefully not broken, and this is ready to come up, I think. Alright. So that came off there, just needed a little prying because I think it was stuck on something here. I've got a part number and a serial number up here, so maybe we'll be able to order a new screen. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, let's pop this up and see what we find under here. Okay guys, well, since seeing that this is like just fine inside, I did another Google search for like, why isn't the screen turning on? And one thing that popped up is the parking brake wire is not being grounded. So I just grounded the parking brake wire. I have not plugged this in yet. So we are gonna now see what happens when we connect the ground and the parking brake wire. Anything different? Not so far. Bummer. Alright, I had 2 ideas. The first idea is I'm gonna power it on, plug my phone in, and see if I get the Android Auto prompt. I kind of doubt that I will just because of how little power this thing seems to be drawing. We're gonna give it a try. The second thing is I want to try unplugging the touchscreen connector and see if we get any more response from the screen if we have the touchscreen disconnected. So let's give it a go. Well, I'm filming on my phone, so you can't see, but I'm plugged in. I'm not even getting a charge signal from here, which makes me wonder why that's happening. It makes me wonder about this cable, and yeah, we still just have the same thing with the lights on there, but nothing else. And of course we are getting basically the exact same power draw there. So I think this kind of, to me, says we are not getting any signal to this board, or like we're not getting like any real power on to or from this board. Whether that is something to do with our plug here, or it has to do with the touchscreen being broken, I'm not sure, but we're gonna do a little testing here and see what happens. Alright, so my guess is that this is for the touchscreen. There's not really any label there, but it has more wires than the other. I'm guessing that one's for the buttons, this one's for the touchscreen, so I just unplugged it. We're gonna see if we get a better response now. So I'm gonna hook the power up again. There's our power. Looks like we're getting basically the same power draw as we were before. And let's see if our lights are turning on here. Got no light turning on there, so that actually would make me think that that may go to the button panel. So maybe I'll try hooking that back up and switching it, see what happens if we unplug the other set of wires there. Alright, so I popped that little clip up, unhooking that, and we're going to see what happens now if we hook this up. Drawing about the same amperage there. Our light is on. Still no screen, of course, unfortunately. So I did spot there's a little abrasion on those little traces there. You can also see a little bit of scratching on this chip. Not sure if that means anything, so I just unhooked this. I'm going to look underneath it and see if we can spot any damage underneath. Yeah, underneath here looks good. That I can tell, at least. Well, I'm not sure what I did to it, but I think all I did was unplug those two little cables and power it on. But now we are getting no power draw, no lights on. So I'm not sure what happened, but it's not looking good for this guy. I think I had noticed this earlier on, but I had forgotten about it. This corner is pretty dented in, so it'd probably be good to pull this plastic cover off here and see what we have underneath there. So I'm going to do that now. Alright, I just took off these 4 screws, popping that off there. Cool. Interesting. Yeah, there's not a whole lot even in this front section, it looks like. Let's see if I can get this plastic piece popped off here and see what we have. Yeah, so with that off, all we have back there is, I believe that's the sensor for the remote right there. This is the plug, so I think I'll kind of pull this plug apart. I think I found where that wrong cable I bought goes. It's this guy right here, so that's fun. Alright, so what I did here, I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not, but I just bypassed this whole middle connector thing, just in case there's any sort of a problem in there. Seems unlikely, but you never know. Figured I'd just hook it straight up to here. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Alright, you didn't see it, but this basically went up to 0.5 amp and then dropped back down to 0, which is what it was doing before. So I'm not quite sure what that means. I think it probably means there's something going on in here that's not good, unfortunately. Well, sadly with this guy, I think I've exhausted my toolbox of repair tactics that I'm comfortable doing without pouring more money into parts. Unfortunately, at this point, there's like 3 to 4 parts that I could picture being wrong, including This guy here, this board, I could see being bad. It could be this digitizer, the touchscreen portion. The LCD could also be bad, probably is bad. This board could be bad because we're not getting any power up over here anymore. So I think it's time to move on to something different, unfortunately. It was a good try.